Shop when you're in town. Gone away is the bluebird. Used to say it's an evil. He sings a love song. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. We had to tell it and we getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stop on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah. Cause every day and night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Forever, my lady, like Jodeci. You see your body keep controlling me, and I'm trying to get it popping like it's ecstasy. But your body should stay close to me. We gon' get it poppin', and soaking wet, fuck around. Got your girls, man, they all upset. Where you at? Where you been spending time? Got a man, I always hit you up, but you not around. I be on out of man, I hit you up on the phone. I'm head down to pick you up, baby girl, when you all alone. I wanna call you up, but I can't do that shit. Come over here, baby, you the one I'm rolling with. You the one I'm fooling with. I spend the hours, 1,000 flowers and tuna fish. Baby girl, you the only one that I'm dealing with. I swear to God, the MC Hammer cut you too legit. And didn't know that you my mama, me. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, doing a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. And didn't know that you my mama, me. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, doing a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. Baby girl, I got plans for you. Better yet, I made plans for two. Take your time, let me admire you. And baby girl, we get it poppin' like we supposed to do. We can stop from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we done, we should raise. We could jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that is ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Yeah. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Yeah. Every day and night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night.
Allen Bernard International wants to management with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, non-profits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469-378-3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas. Pennsylvania residents, we got good news for you. Are you interested in boosting your career or moving to the next level? Reach out to us at Excellence Staffing and Global at 267-461-7460 and take advantage of our training services and become either a certified nursing assistant CNA or database administrator DBA. We have a team of experts that can prepare you for your next level. Register now or call 267-461-7460 and get a 25% discount with promo code ESG2022 for our certified nursing assistant training or our database administrator training. Registration ends on December 31, 2022. Training cost is absolutely affordable. It's excellence staffing and global, powering workforce with excellence. Remember to call us now at 267-461-7460.
Are you in search of a credible, trustworthy, and professional real estate company? Well, your answer is yes. Realty Liberia Corporation is a solution to all your real estate needs. They provide real estate management, broker the sale or purchase of real properties, facilitate real property rental arrangements. They do property appraisals and title searches. Their effective and competent U.S. trained team boasts of over 30 years of experience working in the residential and commercial real estate space of America. They are a 100% Liberian-owned company located ideally on 4th Street Sinker in the Oregon compound. They can be reached on cell phone numbers +231-888-282-828 or 231-775-282-828. They are found on the internet at www.realtyliberia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, stop by today at the 4th Street Sinker office and tell them Henry Costa sent you.
Don't sleep, don't sleep.
When you talk durable, environmental friendly, and an all-weather surface smoothener, the only name that comes to mind is Zize Quality Paints. Zize Quality Paints come in all color and is produced in the USA. You don't have to worry anymore, because with Zize Quality Paints, you can change from oil to water-based paint with no damage to your wall or surface. And also, Zize Paint doesn't peel your wall. The good news is we can customize your paint based on your preference. Locate our offices in Police Academy Junction, RRA Highway, and our newly opened branch at LMC Junction, St. Paul Bridge, Bourgeois Island. For the first of its kind in Liberia, Zize Quality Group of Companies Incorporated introduces the Painter Referral Cash Commission. Professional painters can earn referral cash commission ranging from $5 United States dollars to $375 United States dollars when your client buy minimum total sale value greater than or equal to $200 United States dollars per transaction. This offer runs from September 5th, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Interested professional painters can contact any of our Zize Quality Paint store locations. This is our way of appreciating our valued professional painters for their support and continuous commitment to doing business with us. The qualification is just simple. You must be a professional painter. Referral cash commission is based on per transaction and not on accumulated purchases. For more information, call phone numbers 0777 366 142 or 0555 386 177. Zize Quality Paints. Give your property a shine.
Let me see you.
Are you looking for auto insurance, home insurance, and life insurance? Or a business owner looking to insure your business? Well, we can help you with that. At Patience Noah Insurance, we know that insurance is hard to understand. That is why, as an independent insurance agency, we work with you to find tailor-made insurance for you or your business with the multiple insurance companies we work with. Whether you are looking for general liability, professional liability, workers' compensation, business auto, trucking insurance, personal auto insurance, home insurance, or life insurance, we are here for you to help you find coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Visit our website at patienceNoahINS.com or give us a call at 508-321-2083. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok at Patience Noah Insurance.
Do you need a car, Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belta, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on UN Drive at Sailtown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. Today is the 8th day of December 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:29, Minta 10:30. And the time in Delaware is 5:30 a.m. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the program. Wagai, what's up?
Yeah, good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. I'm okay. It's good to be here this morning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Good to be here this morning. Good to be here this morning. What's up in town? What are people talking about? Let me ask you, give me your honest opinion regarding this rally that's coming. Of course, you haven't expressed any sentiments against it per se. So what's your honest assessment? Does it look like it's going to be big, or it's all smoke and no fire?
Well, if it will be big, the organizers have to put in more time to work because...
No, but that's not what I was saying. You got to say what you think first in terms of what it looks like, because it's only 9 days away. Then you can tell me what you think they should do.
Okay.
Based on what you see right now, what is your assessment?
For what I see, the turnout will not be massive.
And why do you say that? Doesn't it seem like it has a lot of momentum, has a lot of support? Why do you say that?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is because the lead messenger, the lead person that is pushing the message out there is the problem. The character that heading this particular team has a lot of questions. So he being the driver of this,
it makes it difficult for the message to resonate with the people.
That's the problem. That's it. Because if a character like Brown is heading something that he once criticized and he talking about
and undermine,
and then he talking about I'm tired. When he realized that Liberians are tired, is he a type of God that should be sending this message? Nope, that's a question. I don't think so. If the ANC want for this particular rally to have the momentum or have the attendance that they want, They should start looking for somebody that will hear and start pushing a message out there, going to engage in community.
Why you think they use Louis Brown? Because I mean, Waka, you know Louis Brown. You know what Louis Brown did to us in the media. You know what Louis Brown did to Liberians. You know the history of Louis Brown in Liberia. Why do they think that people will follow a guy like Louis Brown? I mean, Waka, why? Tell me, why do you think they did that?
No, the problem about the ANC and Mr. Cummings, they behave like they not been into politics. They not been following the political issues in our country. Because if you were following from the Ellen Johnson administration up until now, a man like Louis Brown would not be selected to head a team because of what he did in the past. So what I'm saying that the ANC people behave like they're not following politics, even collaborating with a character like Musa Belete. If you just collaborate with a character like Musa Belete, it means that you're not following our politics in the country. So that's just what I think. I think they are not following, or they just want to play blind eye because they want the public to follow them. No matter what it is, they just want to be saying that, oh, ANC is doing something. But you can't do it like that. Look for people like people that will send a message that people will grab. People will say, yes, I can follow this person. But don't look for somebody, because for Louis Brown now, he has come to the ANC, and he can do any other thing to be looking good in the eyes of Mr. Cummings. That's all Louis Brown wants. He wants to make.
You know what I think? Alex Cummings is not a bad person.
That's it.
And he's not. But, he wants to be president, and he has his right to want to be president. And when you want to be president, Baga, sometimes you have to do all kinds of things, especially in a terrible country like Liberia. You have to work with all kinds of shady people, and that is one of the problems that politicians face. And it's not just Alex Cummings. Nobody's going to sit here and say Cummings is the only one that has this problem. No, he's not the only one that has this problem. Even the Baga camp, they have to deal with all kinds of shady people too. Every camp has to deal with a lot of bad people, because the bad people have managed to position themselves in society in a certain way that you can almost not ignore them. Every camp has its bad people, the black sheep. And so when you look at Cummings and the reputation that Cummings has, and look at some of the people that he has to work with, sometimes I feel sorry for him. And then another thing, as you rightly said, Alex Cummings is not a politician. I think he's a good person, but he's not a politician. And so people like Louis Brown can't bring you votes. Musa Belete can't bring you votes. They have terrible reputations in Liberia. For me, I personally can never work with Louis Brown. And the reason is simple. Louis Brown blocked our radio station from renewing our broadcast permit as Minister of Information. He blocked us. We had to report them to the U.S. Embassy. We never got our paper. That's what they used until they finally shut us down. The reason Ellen shut our radio station down in 2016 was because of Louis Brown. Louis Brown was Minister of Information when our radio station was shut down by Ellen in 2016. Louis Brown denied us. He issued a memo, and he told the people they should not grant us when we're trying to open, to even build our radio station. Louis Brown issued a memo he sent a memo to the Liberia Business Registry and told them not to register any entity that was trying to open a broadcast business. Can you imagine that? How can I work with this kind of man? This man does not believe in democracy. How can I work with him? And you somebody else stupid men talking about forgive. Where you go for forgive? You in power. You use the power to do terrible things to people. When you leave power tomorrow, then we should forgive you. Don't bring that nonsense talk to me. It's not about forgiving. He did not do something to me personally. He used his government position to do something that I can never forgive him for. I'm sorry. Why would I work with a man like that? He caused our radio station to be shut down. if Louis Brown believed in democracy, he would have allowed us to operate our radio station. Today, he's calling for a rally. Then somebody like me must support him. When I know that he's fake. When Louis Brown left the job as permanent representative at the UN, when he went back to Liberia, was he talking, Baga?
No.
Was he advocating for the Liberian people? You know what he was waiting for? He was waiting for another assignment. He thought we would have given him a job again.
No, Costa, let me just come in there. Louis
when
Brown.
When he didn't get a job from WIA, that's when Louis Brown became politically active again. How can I support a man who caused the shutdown of our radio station? Then you talk about forgive him. But you should forget WIA. Oh, Baga, shouldn't we forget WIA? Then we forget WIA. Now I forget WIA, everything WIA is doing to us. Go ahead, Baga.
Yeah, so Costa, when he left the job, he wanted to go and contest in Rivers. So he was like working on the ground, making things where, you know, the last time we went there for the program in Rivers, we met him, you know, he started running things. So he wanted to run in Rivers. So when Bill Twawe came and Bill Twawe started, you know, pumping money, Louis Brown got afraid. He back off. He said, "Oh, the men are coming." Yes, he wanted to run in reverse. So he went mute, he went quiet, and started doing underground work. So now the only way Louis Brown can make a comeback is through Cummings, and that's what he's doing now. Running for the radio station.
Using Cummings. You know, let me tell you something. Yeah, you know, I look at Ellis Cummings and I say to people, yeah. You know, Cummings is not a bad person. I will keep saying this to you. But you see, most of the times, the people who surround the people, and because Cummings doesn't know Liberian politics, he's been outside the country for so long. It was a blessing for him, and it's also a curse. Being outside the country so long helped Cummings to make all the money he has. That's the blessing. The curse is that he does not understand the country. A guy like Louis Brown does not bring anything to you, Mr. Cummings. Louis Brown is dead weight. He's used, reused, he's empty, nothing. A guy like Louis Brown only uses Ellis Cummings. How can certain people come and say, Costa, I'm here to help to make you? You can't make me. The ordinary people are the one that can make me. Cummings does not need a guy like Louis Brown. He needs the ordinary people. Louis Brown is riding Charo on Ellis Cummings to gain relevance. What guy? Ellis Cummings, no, I mean, Louis Brown never had a platform. Today, he's using the ANC as a platform. You don't understand what they got doing. This is what Louis Brown does. The same Louis Brown that stood up and used to condemn Ellen, say all the nastiest things about Ellen. By the time Ellen made him Minister of Information, what did he do, Baga?
He took
his job and started singing praises to Ellen. You don't understand what someone is saying. A guy, Louis Brown said when Ellen declared that she was running for president at the legislature, it was a what? A desecration of the presidency. He called Ellen all kinds of names. Ellen made him Minister of Information. And what did he do? What did he do? That guy started singing Ellen praises, calling her an angel, a this, a that, a this, a that. How can you trust a man like that? Who said the worst things about somebody the moment they give them food to eat? Oh, my man, you the best thing. God, you are so good. You are so. Cummings is supposed to look at people like Louis Brown and say, this guy said the nastiest things about Ellen. The moment Ellen gave him a job, he started saying, but you don't have to be a politician. If somebody says the nastiest things about you, the moment you get them food to eat, then they start saying good things about you. Should you trust that person?
No.
You should not trust that person. Cummings does not need a Louis Brown. Ellis Cummings has a better, he and Louis Brown are not in the same category. A Louis Brown needs Ellis Cummings. You know, sometimes, Buakai, people come to you, they make you feel like they're doing you a favor. Instead, you are the one who's doing them a favor. You are the one who's doing them a favor. What need does Cummings have of Louis Brown? My boy, you please tell me. Alexander Benedict Cummings, what need does he have of Louis Brown? Louis Brown bear around doing Taylor Town. The hell of a houses Louis Brown living in. One day he built a house. When he was with Taylor, when they stole the petroleum, Louis Brown has a scandal that's been hanging over his head forever. When he was LPRC boss under Charles Taylor. So, just because you want power, so you associate with anybody? Terrible people with bad reputation? And I am supposed to support a man who caused my radio station to be shut down. Louis Brown was Minister of Information when they shut down Voice FM in 2016 on July 4th. He presided over the shutdown of our radio station. Louis Garcia Brown. He's a sleazy criminal. He's a smooth-talking crook. All he's looking for is an opportunity to resuscitate himself. So I can't support a Louis Brown. Then it is the same as saying tomorrow when John Weah leave power, we should call a protest and we should all go and support the protest because the protest is about the country. Forget about the messenger. But I want to tell, oh yeah, we know Louis Brown a bad person, but forget about Louis Brown. Look at Louis Brown trying to use people to resuscitate himself. I'm gonna go do that. The man shut down my radio station. Who shut down Roots FM? I mean Voice FM.
Yeah, Louis Brown through the Ministry of Information.
Louis Brown shut us down. Louis Brown shut our radio. I don't think Mr. Cummings knows that. Do you think Alex Cummings knows that our radio station was shut down by Louis Brown?
Yeah, he know, but you know.
No. Let me ask our people who are watching and listening. Do you think Mr. Cummings knows that in 2016, Louis Brown was the one that shut down our radio station? First, he refused to give us our permit to renew our permit. We were already operating. He refused to renew our broadcast permit. Then he used that as a context to shut our radio station down. So I'm going to ask the question to our people. Do you think Mr. Cummings knows that in 2016 on July 4th, it was Louis Brown that shut down our radio station? Do you think Mr. Cummings knows that? They're seeing Louis Brown are talking about democracy today and people's rights. Do you think Mr. Cummings knows that Louis Brown shut down our radio station in 2016? No, I don't think Mr. Cummings knows that. Mr. Cummings was not in Liberia. Mr. Cummings was not in Liberia. It's a strong possibility that Mr. Cummings knows, and it's a strong possibility that Mr. Cummings does not know. But I am more lean to the possibility that Mr. Cummings does not know that Louis Brown shut down a radio station because he didn't like what we were saying about the government. Louis Brown shut us down. That a Louis Brown today, I'm supposed to go and support to do a protest or a rally. I'm going to ask you another question. If you were Henry Costa and Louis Brown shut down your radio station, a business that had, Josh, how many employees did we have when Louis Brown shut us down in 2016?
24.
We had 24 employees. 24 employees. And two of our employees recently passed, right? Our man Randall KB, Mr. Jason, and the other one, Warren Gizo.
Yeah.
We had 24 employees. When Louis Brown shut down our radio station in 2016, what happened to our employees, George?
Everybody was out of job.
Everybody was out of job. When Louis Brown shut down our radio station in 2016, everybody lost their job. How many people did we keep, George, after he shut us down?
4%.
So how many people lost their job in total?
20.
20 Liberian citizens lost their jobs because of Louis Brown's action. 20 Liberian citizens. So now, Louis Brown, after working in government all these years and hustling, he's out of government. He's trying to rebuild himself, reinvent himself. I, Costa, must beat must come out to help him do that. So I'm going to ask you a question. If you were me, what would you do? Would you support a Louis Brown? We have 24 Liberian citizens working for Voice FM. Louis Brown shut down our radio station. You know what he said? He said we were operating illegally. Even though, and you know what Louis Brown did? When we applied to renew our broadcast permit, George, what did we do? Did we not pay the fee?
We pay the fees, everything.
And what did they do with the fee we paid?
They deny us and all.
They collected the money and they denied us. Louis Brown, they collected our money we paid to register our radio station. They collected the money. We had a flag receipt. And yet they deny us. They collected the money. 20 Liberian citizens lost their jobs because of Louis Garcia Brown. All our workers, where did they go, George? They went everywhere looking for jobs. Wendell Nimle, where does he work today?
Freedom FM.
Good. Where was he working?
Force FM.
What was his position with us?
Director.
Director of what?
Of radio.
Thank you. Eva, let's go with Nimle. The late Rana KB that died, Mr. Decent. He was a what? Announcer.
Announcer.
The late Warren Gizo was an announcer. We can go on and on and on. Louis Brown caused them to lose their jobs. And this is the man today. He took bread out of Liberian people's mouths. He caused 20 Liberian families to struggle because he felt that Henry Costa should not be on radio. And this is a man that you asked me to support. And when they shut down our radio station, John, what did they do? They seized all of our equipment. Louis Brown. They seized all of our equipment. Then you want to tell me that I must support a sleazy son of a swan like Louis Brown? Huh? I'm a support that kind of man? And you telling me he's doing it because of the country? Oh yeah, that picture. Louis Brown is somebody for me to support. He shut down our company. We were making money. We had clients. George, we had lots of clients. You know that. When did we employ you, George? Was it not during that same period?
The same period.
Then I'm going to go support it. He shut down my legitimate business and caused my employees to lose their jobs. Today he's calling a protest. I should look at that nasty criminal or crook. Somebody who does not believe in people's democratic rights and constitutional rights. And I should go support him. Talking about we tired suffering. My 20 employees are tired suffering. The 20 employees that you caused to lose their jobs, they tired suffering. Nonsense. Louis Brown brings nothing to Alice Cummings. He takes away from Alice Cummings. Because when the likes of Louis Brown came to the Cummings camp, lots of people were they were sickened. They tired suffering. The 20 employees that Louis Brown, out of the 22 of them died. The 20 employees that Louis Brown caused to lose their job, they tired suffering. They will gather, they will go protest against Louis Brown. They tired suffering too. You tired suffering. Nonsense. I'm too smart to be used by people like Louis Brown. You tired suffering. Yeah, man, Paga, the thing that made me vest, man. And you know why it can piss me off? Because I know what the man did to us.
Yeah.
And the whole country, what they say. The son of a swan. He shut down our radio station. My 20 employees tired suffering. So you think I'll go, then you want me to go help him. But I'm gonna go, because I'm Jesus Christ, eh? So I'm Jesus Christ. I should forgive him
for shutting down my company, my business, and taking all my equipment. I should go out. I should go support him. Tell my thousands and thousands of supporters to go there. So he can make Louis Brown look like King Kong. You all right. Baga Toya. Yeah, but my brother that you made lose that joy, the tire suffering.
Costa, and since our radio station got shut down, the employees that were working with us, all of them are still home. Can you imagine that? And
yeah, most of them never got jobs again.
They are hoping that one day we can get our frequency back and start working again. So Louis Brown, Costa, my man, when the man used to read it for us at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing, later on the man started giving us at Radio Kigali.
Yes.
Radio Wise.
Who gave us that name?
Louis Brown.
Louis Brown was the one that called us Radio Kigali. Louis Brown. There's Louis Brown here today. Some of you Liberian people, by the time the devil joins your camp, then you forget everything the devil did. This man, this same Louis Brown, called Radio Kigali, shut us down, seize all our equipment. Then today I'm gonna go behind to support him for protest. You all right? Y'all gonna tell Louis Brown to bring back and the equipment Louis Brown told for us. Did they ever return them?
No.
They never returned our equipment. Louis Brown and people took all of our equipment. They never returned them. They never returned them. They say Louis Brown. Some of y'all don't even remember these things. Oh, because I didn't want to talk. I want y'all to be acting like something. I got personal beef with Louis Brown. We'll do our protest. Bring back our equipment protest to Louis Brown. Bring back our equipment. How can a man use his power as Minister of Information to destroy other Liberian citizens? Then today we should forget about it. We should forget about it and pretend that Louis Brown is a decent human being.
Yeah. Bring back our equipment. We're tired waiting.
We're tired waiting. I want to protest. We're tired waiting. Bring back our radio equipment. Now I want to protest. We are not Jesus Christ here to sit down here and say, oh, yeah, he did it all, but let's forgive him and let's we can't do that. Louis Brown is not a messenger. Mr. Cummings, you gain nothing from Louis Brown. You are too good to be associated with Louis Brown. Yeah, you see, Bugger, that's what I can say. And Bugger said Cummings knows. But Bugger, remember when you live out of the country, saying you were Cummings left Liberia, I think he was in his early 20s. Cummings left younger Bugger. Cummings used to work at Cummings went to Continental University, right? He graduated from Continental University. Then he worked at LBDI. He was an analyst, very young. I think when Cummings worked at LBDI, Eli Celebi was the president of LBDI at the time. Cummings was a young guy. And then Cummings got a scholarship. Cummings got a scholarship from LBDI. And he went to Clark Atlanta University in Georgia, a very fine school. That's where he went and got a master's degree. When he got a master's degree, then he went into international. He started working in America. Before he went to Coca-Cola, he was at this company called Pillsbury. So he started working all over the place. So Cummings was not involved in Liberia. Cummings doesn't know the likes of Louis Brown. He only heard things. And when you hear things, you will not hear everything. You can only hear some. But let's move on to something else here. So, former Vice President Joe Boakai is in Nigeria. And he's there with Mr. Ure and Ms. Tilia Ure. And he's been having meetings, he actually appeared on Arise TV on a morning show. It's called The Morning Show. And it's Nigeria's most followed TV station and most followed morning program. and Joe Boakai was a guest on that program. I have some of the clips. We will post them. He did a fantastic job. Boakai, I've seen these guys on TikTok, right? The guys on the host on the show. But you know what impressed me, Boakai? The way these guys are knowledgeable about how fishy we are is. Boakai, Nigeria is a massive country. So these guys have their hands full, right? You've got a country that has 36 states, over 200 million people. And these guys are very knowledgeable of what a mess Georgia is. For example, they know that Georgia has been out of the country. I'm talking about the Nigerian host. I'm not talking about Joe Boakai, because Joe Boakai knows everything about Liberia, telling us. But I'm talking about the Nigerian host of the show. While they were interviewing Joe Boakai, I mean, the guys were like, so your president left the country for 48 days. And he gone to watch football game in Qatar. I was like, what? So these guys know that Georgia is this useless too? I was like,
because they're following.
Yeah, the world is globalized. It's a globalized place now. It's a small community. It is made small by technology. And so these guys know what a useless man Georgia is. And they were telling Joe Boakai, so, you know, this Georgia guy. And they were saying all these things. Boakai, did you hear the clip of Ellen? Ellen spoke at you know what? A couple of people called me about Ellen being dead. And that was one of the most annoying calls. One of the most annoying calls I got was a couple of days ago when the woman called me from Jersey or somewhere. And she said, oh, on Facebook, they say Ellen. I mean, I was just so pissed, you know, but I had to be respectful because she is an elderly woman. But people should not be lied to like that. Now, you can't just, Ellen died that some fully person people on Facebook will go and talk it. That people on Facebook will announce that Ellen died. Anyway, Ellen is not dead. So Ellen spoke Boakai at some international, she's here in America right now.
Yeah.
Ellen spoke. You know, Ellen said she's regretting why Joe we are our president. She can't say she supported Joe, right? But she said she's regretting.
Why she have to turn power over?
Yeah, my people that want Ellen said, we'll find a video. Somebody please send me the video. I had it. Ellen told the people at the thing that Liberia are doing very badly, Joe we are doing badly. Ellen says she regrets that we are is the one that succeeded her. Oh, but that now Ellen know that we are the partner. My people, y'all please tell me. They wicked old wait. You know when you say the woman that died. When Ellie really die, y'all can't tell me. When she not really die, y'all can't tell me. Y'all can't be talking about she died. She not die yet. Waiters can live long. Waiters can live long. They don't die soon. They can live long. Me, I'm a country boy. I'm a country Congo boy. I know in the village, the old man they work and make waste. Well, what can be in witchcraft? They can die soon.
Yeah.
They can live long. They can live long. They can live long. Everybody so they wait, Ellie. They wait. Say she regretting that Joe we had a president. I said, Chineke. But before wait die, what they can do?
They can confess.
Hey,
okay, here's the clip.
You know, for this. President Obama had a summit several years ago. That's when the Ebola broke in our country, Liberia, and I could not come because I had to be at home to be able to fight, you know, this disease. And I'm so glad that President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, have now made that decision to have another summit and to bring our African leaders together. I hope that they'll be very straightforward in telling our leaders what is expected of them, recognizing where so many have indeed moved their countries forward, have achieved a lot of their.
Boakai, is it the part where she talk about she regretting?
Yeah.
But for many who determine that they'll hold on to office, thereby sabotage the future of our young citizens, that they need to be told that we must all have our chance to be on the scene, do what we can do, and then pass it on. Have somebody else do it. I know there's disappointments too. I face a disappointment when I passed it on, I gotta tell you that. and sometimes I have to stop and say, did I do the right thing? But it was the right thing to do.
So
that's it. Oh, hey, begin, you gotta do the right part. You gotta go back small. Take go back small to where you say disappointments. She just say disappointed, and the person laughing in a room because they put no job right now. I want to use some kind of word there now. When they say PC personified, that job we are. Go back a small more. When the witch confess. Let go back. Small more.
Pass it on. Have somebody else do it. I know there's disappointments too. I face a disappointment when I passed it on, I gotta tell you that. and sometimes I have to stop and say, did I do the right thing? But it was
stop right there. She says she can out herself sometimes. They wait, Ellen. They wait, Ellen can say she can out herself. She says she can out herself sometimes. Did I do the right thing by passing it on to the idiot? Joia? Ellen knows that she did not do the right thing, Parker. You think she doesn't know now? She knows. But Parker, what? Not this bad as just Weir. Let's be honest. She was a terrible leader, but Weir is worse than Ellen. So what do you think she regrets about him? What is she disappointed about? Right?
Costa, she shouldn't be disappointed. This is what she wanted. She wanted people to say, "Oh, Ellen regime was more better than Weir's regime." So it's what's happening.
10 point again. 10 point. 10 point.
Yeah, but she's only acting. She's only acting, Costa. She did this because she wanted to like Brebo to say it was better. Say Ellen time was more better than Weir time.
And what she wanted about guy. She was afraid that Joe Boga was going to do way better than she did. So she wanted somebody who would fail very badly. That's what a narcissist does. A narcissist would do something only about themselves. It has to be about their own interest. So in this case, she wanted somebody who would fail, colossally fail, cataclysmically fail, so that she would be able to, people would miss her. They would say, yeah, hey man, when Ellen was here, when Ellen was here, and people do say that today. Even I, an educated, enlightened man like myself, I do say it too. Because Ellen was bad, but she was not this bad. Weir is very, 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 very bad. And that is exactly what the witch wanted. So let the witch shut the hell up and stop making fun of us. Because she brought this son of a swine on us. Talking about, I had disappointments too. And sometimes I ask myself, did I do the right thing? You did not do the right thing, you damn witch. You made this idiot president of a whole country. You made a terrible, terrible, selfish and narcissistic decision, all about your own interest. And today, millions of people are sweating in the heat of poverty and indignity and everything, and you shut your damn mouth, you Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That was, did I do the right thing? But you know, why some of you be praying for her to die? There was a time I used to want her to die, because the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, suffer not the witch to live. Yeah. That's what the Bible says. I don't know what the Quran says, but the Bible says when the witch is wicked, don't help the witch to live. Don't suffer not the witch to live. Don't suffer the witch. The witches should die. They shouldn't be living. That's what the Bible says. Now let me say, the Bible says suffer not the witch to live. The witch should die. But witches do live long. The Bible says knows that. So, Parker, we're going to go to the phone lines and talk to our people there. You're listening to the Costa Show. Today is Thursday, the 8th day of December 2022. Let's go to the lines and interact with our folks. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf confesses And like Boaga said, for 10 points, that before witches die, they confess. You think Kwame knows that too, Boaga? You see, we grew up in Liberia, some all grew in the village. You think he knows that witches can confess before they die?
Yes, of course.
No, man. Kwame grew in the village, man. Boaga, don't say that.
So, people want to hear from us about the issue about this private jet, because it been
yeah. So I wanted to speak to the private jet. So Joseph Boaga left Liberia a few days ago on a commercial flight. He gets to Nigeria. You know, the Nigerian boys are rich and powerful, right? Private citizens, private businessmen, billionaires, people who have many millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And so one of the people he went to visit in Nigeria, he went to meet, not visit, he went to meet these people, engage with them. You know, he did an interview on Nigeria's #1 TV show and all that kind of stuff. One of them owns a private jet. And so what does he do? He tells him, so Joe, look, you are in Lagos, and you know, I'm gonna send a jet to pick you up to bring you to see me. Poor guy. I don't know whether this has happened to you. Have you gone to see somebody, or do you know a case where somebody goes to see somebody or wants to go and visit somebody, and the person says, oh, don't worry, I will send a car to pick you up? Do we not do that in Liberia?
It happened to me, my friend. I went to Ghana. I boarded a boat from the airport to his house junction, and then he sent his driver to pick me up at the junction.
Okay.
To the house. So,
there you go. So in the case of the man sending the private jet, and in this case, the private jet the man can afford. The man has a private jet. Joe Boaga is in one state, he's in a different state, and he tells Joe, he said, Joe, don't get on commercial flight. I'm gonna send the private jet to pick you up, you and your entourage. He sent the private jet to pick up Joe Boaga. So what is the big deal? Boaga, let me ask you a question, and honestly answer this question. You know Joseph Boaga, you know stuff about Joe Boaga better than most of the general public. Do you think Joe Boaga can afford to rent a private jet?
No, he can. He can.
Joe Boaga cannot.
Okay, Costa, let me come in there.
Yeah.
The citizens been saying that this man is living on loan. So how will somebody that is living on loan be able to charter a private jet to carry him from one place?
They're not just citizens. The ANC people also say that.
So how much loan will he take to charter a private jet? Which are the bank were getting that type of money now to charter a private jet that will take him from here to Nigeria, from there to go Ghana, the blah, 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 to come. You know how much to charter a flight per day or per hour? You know how much it takes? So I don't know why someday you will say the old man broke. Someday you will say the man living on loan. So you see the man in private jet, even if you get a phone now, the private jet. So you just forget about it, because if you say the man living on loan, already, so that's on the loan.
So maybe the loan the man been taking, maybe the loan been taking, the man loan been doing good. But when the bank keep giving you loan, and I mean you got good credit. But anyway, on the serious level, somebody sent a private jet to pick up Joe Boaga, and that's how Joe Boaga rode the private jet. And you understand? And besides that, Joe Boaga is a private citizen. If Joe Boaga could afford private jet, let my brother Orlando Chino would just post that on the live feed. If Joe Boaga had the money to afford private jet, Joe Boaga would never rent a private jet. You're not even going to say.
But we will Costa. The mayor vice president, all he up and down, going from country to country. The man flew commercial. Then now he not.
Yeah, now Joe Boaga get money for you, rap private jet. You already. Papa Joe. So the Nigerian, my man, Nigerian man can make big show. What guy? Nigerian man? Nigerian man got money? Don't you worry. I will send the private jet now. The private jet will come bring you. So Nigerian people, that's what they do. When they have money, they do that. You know, so Joseph Boaga is not a rich man. He has no money, and he makes no. Joseph Boaga receives $800 from the government every month with 35,000 Liberian dollars. That's his pension. $800 US and $35,000. That's what Joseph Boga gets every month. You know who did it that way? Now, Ellen. Before they left, Ellen passed the law. Ellen passed that pension act to make sure that, because she knew she had stolen enough money, she had enough stolen money. Joseph Boga didn't have money, so she made sure Joseph Boga pension would be nothing. Joel Howard tell her better be careful, because if they leave power with that kind of pension, and she herself will catch her husband too. I'm telling you, Boga. Because the law is currently the law. You know the other law they wanted to pass the last time that we made noise about and it never went through, right?
Yeah.
Ain't no way we broke that news to the public.
Yeah.
About the pension bill. We exposed it to the Liberian people. And everybody started talking about it. And we killed that bill. We killed that bill. That bill was going to be paying these buggers half of their salary for the rest of their lives. Can you imagine that, brother? We killed it. So if they sit on that and they don't make another law that is reasonable and they leave, Joy Howard Taylor will get a $800 UL with 35,000 Liberian. Because Joe we are would tabe, you know, so you know, because would tabe Joe we are not go free. Would tabe Joe we are. Yeah. Let's go back to the lounge and take some calls there.
All right, 0770-102-102-086, 010-383-555-102-102. Okay. 0770-102-102-086, 010-383-555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231-888-6241-71. What do you make of Ellen Johnson, former President Ellen Johnson, saying
and she got disappointment and she regrets
in turning things over to George Weah?
Yeah. Want to hear about Liberian people? And Ellen's own words.
Martina Konate, Costa Princess. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Boga. Good morning, Fadila. Good morning to our many listeners. Martina Konate, Costa Princess, son to be senator daughter on the land this morning. Leader, if you are in Liberia, I'm going to put you on my back from Ruth FM, Lee Street, or whatsoever you go here today. Because I just like the way you address Louis Brown situation. Liberians, we need to be serious about democracy and change in this country. We cannot be preaching about democracy and change that we continue to embrace the same people that commit crime and abuse humanity, that infringe on people's rights all the time. This Louis Brown man is not somebody for any serious minded politician that preach about change and democracy will follow. But like I said, some people are desperate so they can do anything. So y'all want to tell us, after all the city beating Susulu, tomorrow Jefferson Kochi will JB come to power. We should go work with Jefferson Kochi. That's what you're trying to tell us. After he nearly killed the people's son because he want to go exercise his right the Constitution gave him. That's what you're trying to tell us. We're not going to fall for any rally. We're suffering. That's why we needed to hold together 2019, 2020 to make the government to go on their knees. But some people say protest can bring war. And today they are afraid to use the word protest. They are using rally. We're not going to fall for no political trick in this country anymore. We are the biggest grassroots movement in this country, and we will stand by our word. We will maintain the integrity and the state the Liberian people get in us. Quickly to any issue, Biker. Ellie now regrets. Ellie is happy because that's what her dream. That people will tell her that your regime was better more than this regime. And people who talk about JB flying private jet being to we the Liberian people because we are so poor people. But in Nigeria, if somebody get money today, the next thing they're going to do is to get their own private jet. So let me forget about that. If people get private jet like private car. Thanks for having me on the line this morning.
Thank you, Martina Konate. Let's take this person on the line here. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Baka. Let me say good morning to Henry Costa. As usual, this is Bouncing Finger and I'm phoning from the Reality Highway. I did listen to Costa. Costa asked a very key question. Issue regarding the closure of the review where Mr. Brown was presiding over the Ministry of Information as to whether Alexander Femi or Mr. Femi is in the know. I can say this definitely that Mr. Fumi is aware. Let me tell you something. Mr. Fumi is well aware that Mr. Ability and MBU with the political leaders of the Liberty Party where he admitted that he made certain changes to our document. Fumi is aware. But the guy is very poor because he's so desperate for the position. He doesn't care. For weekend, and there's a lady who stands the 2017 can do so. She just came out on a I think people out of here. She just said, I will reward women water. They will know in a serious state to wake up. Hey, Mr. Fumi could not reach up to the woman. Who is the woman? For water. Their man is so desperate in the way and manner and form that he can bring anybody down. That is in Liberty Party now. It's an instigator that Mr. Fumi, this is why anything Mr. Fumi is. That's all. A member of the Liberty Party, I will scatter this and every other front. I will do that. Until he can make it. When you can call Musa Benede to last to join our party. But he's so desperate he doesn't hear. Ellen Johnson said he knew what he did. This woman, this is why when he died and he doesn't go to the war as a member, it will happen a lot.
Thank you so much, Justin. Let's take others.
Let's take a lot of calls. We got to be mindful of the time. You know, we got Alex.
All right, let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
I'm okay. Your name is joining us from?
This is a live travel coming on the Majestic.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Costa. How you doing?
Yeah, welcome. You're live.
Okay, brother. Thank you for the show. I'm monitoring the show. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of it and monitoring. 0770-102-102-886-0103-8355. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Thank you very much. My name is Pusma Benete. I'm calling you from station number 2.
Mr. Benete, welcome.
Thank you to Costa. I think Costa said everything this morning. I listened to Ellen because I don't want to start with Ellen because as member of the Unity Party, he told us something. You know, some of us actually were very disappointed in Ellen when he decided to betray the parties, you know, to bring George here, you know, to suffer the Liberian people. Actually, some of us were very, disenchanted. So having said that, you know, listening to that clip, you know, I listened to it. You know, Ellen should not try to play a fool of the Liberian people. She knew very well from the offset, you know, that this man was not a presidential material. He was the worst king to happen to Nigeria. But yet and still, she stood by him, and at the end of the day, what is happening in our country today, all of us can see it. So Ellen should not try to convince people that let's just leave the Liberian people alone. Come turn it on the street, the Liberian people will decide for themselves. Having said that, the issue of the private jet, I think Costa have said it. Y'all said the man is living on loan. Okay, if I'm going to the bank to take the loan as an honest person, you know, I'm paying back the loan. The profit I'm getting, if I buy private jet with a business. So people should not try to hang on that issue because Costa have been here, you know, establishing those schemes that Georgia have been doing by taking taxpayer money, you know, let me say, using private jet, you know, lavish, all those things. So the solutions are annoyed. So they wouldn't be able to hang on. It's just
Thank you so much, Mr. Benete. We have to make way for other people. Let's take somebody from the WhatsApp number. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm okay. Your name is joining us from?
I'm calling from Canada. My name is Joseph Jala.
Mr. Jala, 1 minute quickly.
Yeah. I just call, you know, to talk about to the people who get our own money in their mouth concerning about private jet. Man, because our people, and on our show, last year about the man that's what be riding private jet and this and that. How come I cry you're talking? Then because our people then fall play to sit down and forget about the papi. They are president of riding private jet up and down. You can't talk about that. Okay, la papi, because somebody gave you late. Let them forget about the papi, man.
All right, thank you so much. Let them forget about the papi. Let's take this person. Good morning.
The man must say no. Your guest car for you or private jet for you, you must say no. You can't say anything.
Good morning.
Morning, brother.
Yeah, your name is joining us from?
Yeah, this is Costa Pape calling from New York here. This is Jimmy Famo.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Pop.
Okay. The issue about the other guys talking about Joseph Walker riding private jet because people are saying George we are riding private jet. But the question to them is it Joseph Walker that receiving money from RIA? Is it Joseph Walker that received money from Freeport? Is it Joseph Walker that receiving taxpayer money? So they have to know the differences between somebody who is a private citizen, or even if it's not a private citizen, a public citizen, but he's not holding government taxes, he's not holding government money. So why should they worry about that? See?
Okay.
I think we need to open an elementary school for them to understand between a president spoiling taxpayer money compared to somebody who has been president since 12 years ago.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. Let's take somebody from the diaspora on this line. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Okay, son. We say.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
That Costa Show?
Go ahead, you're live.
Okay. About Elaine, I've heard Elaine on the 50-50 radio show talking about George Weah in terms of wanting to help him. She went to launch her foundation. And you guys should remember that after a year or few months, George Weah put like $1 million into the budget for Elaine. Elaine and Prince Johnson are the only two people that George Weah are afraid of in Liberia.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's take this other person. All right, 0770. Let's take good morning.
Good morning. Is this the Costa Show?
This is the Costa Show. Your name, where you joining us from?
Well, my name is Vasco. I'm just calling to tell Henry Costa thank you for last night on Spoon TV, the way he dealt with Kev Afran and he was in his corner. I really, really appreciate his response to Kev Afran. And I just want to say, please leave the old man, let him enjoy life and see what private life looks like. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now take back somebody here. Good morning.
They just catching feeling because Joseph Walker rap private jet. So Joseph Walker in deserve to sit in private jet too as a private citizen.
Good morning. My name is Kola Aaron. Aaron Kola, and I called from the GSO this morning.
Go ahead, Aaron.
I'm so disappointed in additional comments for the preferment for a life like Louis Brown to speak in a campaign team. You know, Louis Brown that once upon a time told presidency that she was a disgrace of presidency.
Mm-hmm.
Presidency just declared the presidency.
Yeah.
And then presidency appointed him. He did not reject the position and accepted it. I mean, it was a contradiction to him. So this one can do more. So that protest or rally whatsoever you call it on our own. Just so you know. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait, have a rally.
Let's take this question. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Kamukai, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for the recognition. Let me say good morning to Koza as well. To be honest with you, brother, I have a different view to all this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all are saying Georgia is actually running the country by stewardship, you know? So, if Mr. Brown, I think, you know, there shouldn't be the messenger, but the actual message. You know, people say, oh, Mr. Brown, but for me, I think it doesn't make sense. Since we're not saying something contrary from what we are saying. We're actually saying the same thing we are saying. So for me, I think it doesn't make sense, you know, for someone to say that to be honest or brother. Yeah, so
So we shouldn't look at the messenger, we should look at the message, right?
No, asking.
Yeah, what actually saying, you know, I think we were contrary to what we are saying, then we'll go high on him. But I think
because he said
asking what does he make of Louis Brown shutting down a radio station and causing 20 lives.
Another
okay, Kamukai.
Yeah.
All right, let me just ask you this question. What do you make of Louis Brown shutting down Roots FM?
Voice FM.
Well,
Voice FM,
brother,
brother.
to be honest with you, the art of Louis Brown, shutting Root FM down, Voice FM or
Voice
Root
FM, Voice FM.
Well, I think the art was very wrong. And besides that, brother, I think everyone has their own imperfection, brother,
Also, would you forgive me, eh?
Learn for you and then move
Also,
on. That's what counts, and that's what you do, what matters. So, but I think Louis Brown, we shouldn't look at what Louis Brown actually did in the past. We should look at him for what he's doing now.
Okay, we should forget John, eh? Ask him.
Kemuka.
Sister, yeah.
Okay, so we'll forgive Joey a few years from now, right?
Well, I am not saying we should forget Joey.
What you say? You say
but that's what
Louis Brown saying is that Joey now is actually doing different things.
Kemukai, listen, you're not do this to us here. You will not do this to us here on a platform. You say we should. You say no. Listen to me. Kemukai, listen to me. You say we should forgive Louis Brown for what he did in the past.
I didn't say you should forgive him.
But now,
but
now you saying we should.
I didn't say you should forgive him.
What we should do?
What did he say?
In preaching the content of the message, actually good. Since all of us actually saying the same thing. So no, that's what I'm saying.
Kemuka, you must. I know you understand the whole thing.
Issue, brother. The issue of the former vice president. To be honest with you, I think the former vice president stand a chance to be president in the country. So therefore, it shouldn't be receiving gift from all angles. So I'll get you. And make it, to be honest with you, brother, it actually make you weak when you are sent out, because I know you're not all the person existing. But you want to be faithful to that person,
Ask him one last question before he goes. He says that the former vice president should not be receiving gifts from people like, a ride in a private jet. Ask him about all the money Rachel Dennis can give to Ellis Cummings. Should Cummings refuse the money for Rachel Dennis? Ask him.
Okay, so all the money that Rachel Dennis giving to Cummings, should Cummings refuse all the gift that will be coming to him also?
Well, we are there's a big difference there, brother. Mr. Cummings
Kemuka, listen, no, don't go ahead. Don't listen.
I know the presidency does not teach you, and they wouldn't review your attendance. So,
Kemuka, listen to me now. You talking, let people talk to now. You say, Mr. Cummings is different from JB because Mr. Cummings get money so he can receive gift from other people. But JB don't get money, so he shouldn't receive gift from other people because it will show his weakness, right?
That brother stay chance to be president. So that's what I'm saying.
But Mr. Cummings too stand a chance. Mr. Cummings too stand a chance.
Mr. Cummings stand a chance. Let's go again. Kemuka say Joseph Waga should not take gifts from people because he stand a chance. We asking about coming is in a lie. Oh, but that your candidate, so your candidate not stand a chance too. People are very interested.
Rattle on his life.
I gotta take our guest. But anyway,
Good morning.
Real quick, then we'll take our guest.
1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. 1 minute.
Good morning.
That she kind of disappointed about Joy Weah administration because Joy Weah, she knew that George was going to be a failure. She served as a standard bearer, and through that, she served as the president of the nation for 12 years. And for God's sake, man, if Joe Boakai served underneath for 12 years, you should be able to actually support Joe Boakai. But because she knew that George was going to be a failure, that's why she supported George. And two, that George was not going to actually go after her. That's what she did. And because of being the predecessor, so they can say, oh yeah, when Johnson Sally said things were better. now that open is 7, things are not correct. That's why she wanted. She is playing for it.
All right.
We don't want to hear none of that nonsense. Thank you, Wakai.
Thank you. Let's cross over to question.
Well, Ellen Johnson said if you're listening, Labrian said they are not impressed. Anyway, we're going to move on to something else here. Mr. Alex Coffey is here, managing consultant, Alan Bernard International, for our December talk on personal financial planning, how to plan properly so that you can be in a good situation when you're here or when you're gone. You can leave your family in a better position. Mr. Coffey, good morning and welcome.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you so much. Once again, we coming to you from Alan Bernard International in partnership with the Henry Costa Show. Thank you very much for allowing us to use your platform.
Where do we begin today?
When do we begin today?
Where do we start? Where do we start?
Yes, so what we will be doing today, we'll be talking about when you, the last time we laid out, this is about financial planning, right? So we talk about protecting yourself, right? That is insurance and all that stuff. We'll come to that later on. We talk about managing your finances. We're talking about savings and investment, and then we're talking about planning for retirement. But before you save, they say what? Dry dog sweet, right? But what you'll be eating while the dog getting dry?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. Henry. Let me cut this thing off.
You have a legal thing. Folks, if you just tune in, this is Mr. Alex Coffey. He's the managing consultant of Alan Bernard International. They're based in the U.S. Of course, they're outfits in Africa, and they have Mr. Coffey himself has many decades of experience in accounting, in finance, and so their business they provide accounting services, a whole range of services, primarily accounting services, consultant, tax consultants, and everything. And so they're providing this education through our platform on how people can, save up and plan so that they're in a good position. Are you ready to shoot?
Yes, I'm ready. So before you do that, you say what? Dry dog sweet in our Liberian parlance, right? But before
you be eating
right?
We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So they said dry dog sweet, but before the dog get dry, what you be eating, right? So where your money will be coming from before you start the savings and the investment and all that stuff. Because to pay for insurance, you got to have money, right? So what we'll be doing today is much about preparing yourself to succeed financially. Okay. Now, where do you normally get money from? How do you get money, Henry, in everyday life? How do you get money?
You work, you earn it.
You work, you earn it, right?
Yep.
And then what else?
Well, you do business.
You do business. And then what else?
Sometimes people give you money, the gifts.
Gifts, right? Good, great. So there are different sources of finances, right? Different places you get money from. But these different places you have to prepare, right? So now you talk about getting a job. That's across the board. That's the standard, internationally accepted way of getting money. You also do what we call self-employment. Some people can employ themselves, right? Some people can like say you're living in the refugee camp or you're living somewhere your income is not enough and you have some family in the US or in the diaspora, they send you regular money, right? That's part of your income. You're getting your allowances from somebody, your daily hustle and things like that. That's part of your income. And self-employment. So whether you're running you're a handyman, you're repairing people's stuff, you're repairing phones or you're repairing homes and things like that, you can also get money, or you have a registered business. But Henry, some people also can get money from chance. Okay, so chance means insurance. You could get money from insurance. You could win the lottery. Okay?
Which the odds are very small.
Yes, and you could also inherit. Okay? So say something happened to somebody and they you get an insurance policy. The question is, so when you get an insurance policy from, and it's unfortunate that somebody passed, but fortunate now you got some money. So what do you do with that money? So those are some of the things we'll be talking later on during the month in subsequent days. Now, say if you have 50,000 insurance, 100,000 insurance, after finish taking care of the different expenses surrounding that situation, what do you do with that money? You win the lottery. Are you going to sit down somewhere in Henry, when you win lottery, what are you going to do with that money?
A good number of the people who win the lottery end up broke, just so you know, statistically.
Good.
Because they don't manage it well.
Good. So if you won the insurance, we're going to be telling you what to do with that kind of money. If you have an inheritance, somebody bequests you with some properties or some money, right? What are you going to do with that money? Recently, we learned about a guy on CNN, was given some millions of dollars, right, by some other rich guy. So what will you do with that kind of money? And then when you plan yourself properly, when you plan your income and your expenses, and then when you do some investment, you plan for retirement, what happened at the end of the day? You live a soft life. You remember the soft life movement, like we were talking about? You live a soft life. That means you work hard, you work smart, you play hard, you have fun, and you live stress-free. Okay? So let's come to opportunities before we come to jobs. Many a times, for example, for everywhere you're located, you got to find opportunities for yourself. Everywhere provides opportunity. When we were in Ghana as refugees, when the war happened, people went different places, different countries. I was in Ghana. Now, I saw that a lot of people made Ghana their place, and they started hustling different ways. They started finding different opportunities. Today, when you go to Ghana, you see a lot of Liberian guys at the airport or other places working. So they've utilized the area, the opportunities that those areas present to them to earn a living. Also, when you come to the US, for example, the United States offer a lot of opportunities, but many a times some people don't look at those opportunities. They don't utilize those opportunities. They go by the fun fair and things like that. But say places that the United States of America provide a lot of opportunities for people to thrive. I mean, even Liberia, right, provide a lot of opportunities for people to thrive. Now, so once you utilize your opportunities wisely, think wisely. Don't follow the bandwagon. Don't if you mind the noise in the market, you'll not buy your food, right? So don't mind the noise in the market. Go by your find your niche. When you get somewhere, find your niche. What is it that you want to do?
Okay.
Right?
Now let me ask you a question. Let me say this to you.
Go ahead.
Saving is a big challenge for most people.
Yes.
Myself included. About 30% of what I earn, I give away. That's way too much. That's a big problem for me. I don't know how to say no to people. And if I wasn't as generous as I am, I would save more because yes, I do spend on myself, but I do too much. How do you save when you're not? Because a lot of people think you can't save when you're not making so much. What do you do when you're not making that much? How do you save?
So that is something we'll come to when we come to planning your finances. But let me agree with you. Yes, because I remember when I was in Liberia, 2 years in a row, or 2.5 years in a row, when I did, because I always do my budgeting, I gave up 40% of my income. 40%. 2 years in a row. I charity, give to people, not my normal family situation, not my mother, which I know is part of my budget, but outside of that, right? So you got to capture all that in your budget. You got to capture all that money you're giving out. So the way you manage that, and not to appear to be stingy or mean. If you don't have it, you can give it. But if you have it, you have to budget it, right? I remember part of that was I was having people on scholarship at the University of Liberia. I have up to 50% on scholarship. So part of that giving, that 40% was part of that. So I kind of track all that. That's how I knew I was giving, 40% of my money. So even though we'll come to that, if you don't have money, because a lot of time people ask, but we're working from paycheck to paycheck, how we budget? How we do this thing as the money come? But guess what? Like I said the last time in the introduction, when you are at every stage, you have to budget, especially when you are in difficult times, right? Sometimes I call it austerity measures. You got to employ austerity measures by budgeting. Like right now, you got all these people asking, like the situation in our own country where, people constantly asking, right? Mm-hmm. You have to budget in a way that sometimes in a month I say, you'll wait for next paycheck, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's such that the way finances are programmed is such that when you take pay, right? When you get your budget, the first thing you do, you got to pay your bills. But we're going into a topic that we'll come to later on. We'll come to the crux of that matter. So we're talking about how you get money. Okay, so now we're talking about getting a job, right? As you said earlier. Now, what do you do to get a good job, Henry? What do you do to get a good job?
You have to acquire skills, whether they be vocational skills or academic degree or qualifications. Yeah, you have to have good skills, some kind of skill. Some kind of skill you have to get a good job or well-paying job. And then it also depends on the economic environment within which you find yourself.
Yeah, it depends on the environment you find yourself, whether, it's a third world country you're struggling, or whether it's in the USA. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to do this program cutting across everybody. Even though the initial design of this presentation, when we did it first on Focus on Liberia, it was mainly for people in the US. So this edition, we're trying to kind of level it out for everybody. But most of the time, it's towards the people in the US. So like you said, you have to educate yourself. Now, you got to be qualified for the positions that you want. Okay. Now we come to say, for example, we come to the US, we found out that people will tell you, that we're doing here. No, that's why I say you got to find your niche. Now, you got to, whether you know book or you don't know book, right? There are some people who don't know book. I have an example of a guy in Ghana. He came here. He started working at one of these departments, a big department store. He started pushing the carts. And today he's a manager. And he was not later, but today he's a manager because he was consistent. And he started learning. He started learning the American ways of doing things. So you come here, the first thing you do is, whether it's nursing you're working in, whether you're working in the nursing field, whatever you do, try to improve yourself. Now, keep going at it. Don't just sit there and say, okay, I have my lay certificate and I'm working with it and that's all to it. No. There are different, that's why I say utilize opportunities. If you're in a nursing field, get this other little certification. You don't have to get a degree. You don't have to. Degrees are good, but you don't have to get a degree if you're not the degree seeking person.
Yeah.
Right? Get the little certification that you can do in 2 weeks. You take that later, you struggle with it, you get it. You go for the next one. Whether the medical assistant thing you want to do, you get that certification, you move on it. So many a times we come and we get the first, requirement to get a little job, and we stay there. We don't
move forward.
Yeah, we don't move forward.
We get stuck.
We get stuck.
No viability.
Okay, so you gotta, even if you're working in customer service, whatever you're doing, you gotta look at yourself and say, okay, what is my next step? You gotta have a plan at all times. That's why I say don't mind the noise in the market. Don't mind what everybody else is doing or that it we're doing here. Right?
Don't follow the crowd. Don't be a bandwagonist.
Don't be a bandwagonist. Look for your niche. What is it that I want to do? Who is doing the same thing? Who can I talk to that can help me, give me an advice to get me to the next level? I remember one time somebody came to me and said, oh, I want to do master degree. I said, no, don't do master degree. And the person was not satisfied with me at all.
Because that's not what they wanted to hear.
Yeah, you say, oh, man, you did master degree. How you did it? I said, no, for you, I analyzed the person. I said, for you, don't do master degree. And the person was very not pleased with me. But 2 years after, the person came by and said, my man, it was good. Then I gave the person some recommendations. I said, do this, do this. Then I gave the person a telephone number. I said, call this person. Right? Because I do a lot of that. I, work with people to get to the next level, help people with resume writing and interview skills and stuff like that. So I said, after 2, even though the person was mad at me, but after 2 years, they came and said, man, thank you. Now, the reason why I did that was, I say, when you go get master, right now, okay, you're coming from Liberia, you get a bachelor. Your experience does not match, right? In Liberia, what you did not match what is pertaining here in the US. So if you do master, you lock yourself up because you'll be overqualified. So hold on yet, get in the professional environment, work there,
acquire some experience.
Yeah, acquire some experience. Data your resume a little bit. I'm saying more embellish your resume now. We know, Martin and Collie story.
No, you can spruce it up. It's the presentation.
Yes. So fix your resume a little bit, and then get qualified for what we call educating assistance, so you can take loan, right? And after 2 years, after the person called our place, after 2 years, he got the job. After 2 years, he came back and said, "Mama, thank you." And right now, I'm ready to do my master. I said, "You see what I was telling you? Even though you're mad at me, you kept my knee around."
Yeah, because the point you just made is interesting. You don't have any base here in terms of experience, because in this market, in this country, in this labor market, experience carries more weight than even a degree or a qualification. Experience. So, for example, you come from Liberia, you have a master's, you have a bachelor's degree from LU. You've probably worked in your field, but you come to the US, zero experience in the US workforce.
A lot of the time, they don't look at that.
Yeah, zero. Then you want to go straight and get a master's, and you expect that you're going to get hired on the basis of your master's degree when you have no experience here in America. That's a good point.
Exactly. So so like in my case, when I came, I had a bachelor's degree and I had so much experience. So my experience was, when I started working in corporate America, my experience was so bigger than my academic qualification. So I had to go back to school and add it up and stuff like that and make my educational qualification more relevant to what I was doing in the US. All right. So you got to benefit. And then so it's not only about degree, like we said, you can get certification. You can even do those certification courses, whether it's in IT, whether it's in customer service, whether in any field.
Now, that's another important point I would like to chime in there on. You keep mentioning that. And certifications, those things are very critical.
Very critical.
Every time you get a new one, it makes you much more attractive and you demand more in the job market. One certificate after, don't overlook it.
And I remember as I did anything else, I did a postgraduate in something, and then my office increased my salary. Yeah, they increased my salary, took me to the next level, because it's like now you have this experience and you are making progression, matching your experience.
So you demand more in terms of income.
Yes, it has to be deliberate. What level you are, strive for. That's why I like in Dallas here, there are a lot of Nigerians in Texas. That's why I like my Nigerian people. They are always, right?
They're always improving.
They're always striving. I like to be in their midst. They have a purpose. Don't mind it, they get big more, they can follow place and stuff like that, as we call it. But and they get the other side. But the positive side is so great to be, to roll with.
Nigerians are the most accomplished immigrant community in the United States. In terms of education, in terms of earning, in academia, engineering, everywhere. And you have a lot of them there in Dallas and Houston.
Oh yeah, They call me Oga. Just if Nigerian guy is calling you Oga, then you know what he's talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then all that is about getting a good pay, right? Now, the more you exert yourself, the more you get experience, the more you do those little papers here and there, whether the customer service you're working in, the more you get paid. And if you're working here, it's good to be consistent as well. But if you're working here, sometimes the best way to get a big increase, if you change job. No, it's good to be consistent at one place because of other benefits and things like that, pension and things like that. But it's good to increase your salary. And also, when you're getting your job, look for the pay, look for the benefits, right? Whether they have medical benefit, whether they have a pension, whether they have 401k, whether they have education assistance, everywhere you work. I mean, not everybody offer that, but these days people are getting competitive. Even wherever field it is, companies are getting competitive. I mean, smaller companies, big companies, everybody is offering something to you. So make sure you get the right medical benefit. Make sure you get the right company that pays the right benefit. And all these things add up. Your salary may not be as high, but once the benefit add up, it reduces the tension of your salary. So once again, prepare yourself. If you have to do resume, they call my Nigerian people will call it, they say, okay, you have to package yourself.
Yeah.
You have to package.
You are a product.
Yeah.
Keep adding more value to yourself.
Yes, you have to package it. That's where we come to the resume you were talking about. You got to spruce it up, right? Mm-hmm. The things they ask for on your resume is, when they're doing background check, they want to know whether you work to this place. Yes, you work there. So you can't lie about that. If you work with Henry Costa Limited, you work with Henry Costa Limited. You can't lie with that, right? Mm-hmm. You were there for this, from this period to this period, you can't lie with that. Mm-hmm. And probably they'll ask for the title. But the content of the job itself, you can play with that one depending on the job that you're applying for.
Yeah, so there are certain variables there that you cannot touch.
No, there's something variable. You can play with your degrees too. That one you can't lie on it because it will check.
Level 1 augmented day.
Yeah, you can't play with those things. You can't play with your degree, your certifications, your degree. You can't lie on your job,
and
stuff like that, right? But there are other things that you can
you can navigate, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
And so that's the best way you can earn more money working, right? You got to prepare yourself. It's not all about degree. I've seen people get degree and somebody tells me, "Oh, my degree I getting enough for here, enough for America."
Oh no, a lot of people tell me that.
Yeah, it's not for here.
Yeah.
No,
it's for Liberia.
Yeah, that's why you got to do level 10 now. You got to do something that is both applicable here and there, so you are useful there, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then it also depends on, even if you come from Africa, right? In my personal experience, even if you come back from Africa, it depends on what you're doing there and how you can explain that, how you can package your resume, and how you can, because the resume gets you the interview. And the interview gets you the job. So once you package your resume, and then now you got to prepare for the interview and talk the talk during that interview at every level. Okay. So that is with job. You got to prepare yourself. You got to qualify yourself. Whether at the lowest level, whatever it is, you got to prepare yourself. Whatever country you're in, you got to prepare yourself, right? You got to look at what is available, what is there, how I can do it, and talk to the right people. That's one of the things you do. You get in an environment, find the right people, find your niche. All right? You can get everybody, can be friends with everybody. You can go do whatever you want to do. But when it comes to your seriousness, find your niche. Talk to the right people. The next thing we talk about self-employment and income. Some people, I got some clients, individual tax client, when I deal with them, Sometimes I encourage them to register their business. Some people can be DJ, some people can be MC, some people can be event planner, interior decorators. Anything you're doing, whether you're a tailor, whether you're a hairdresser, whether you're doing delivery service, whether you're providing insurance agency services, whether you're providing employment agency services, they got nursing pool, home care health services, nursing home, accounting and tax, like what we do, consulting services, any service you are providing, self-employed services, try to get, do it officially, try to get it registered. And those are some of the things that we can help with, try to get it registered. And because if you're doing, let's say, an LLC, it allow you to put it on your taxes as well. So you can put it in individual taxes. You can chip off you can put your income there and chip off your expenses. That will reduce your tax, or that will also give you money back. So many people do handiwork, right? Some people do. In Texas here, I see a lot of the people from the Hispanic people. They're self-employed.
They're very good at that.
They do lawn mowing all over the place. They do this insight. There are a lot of insight in Texas, for example. All right. So they do that stuff. They do a lot of construction work.
Fumigation.
Yeah, they do that. So anything you do, make it official. Any little side gig, you can get your main job and you can get your side gig. Make it official. Some people I know, like I have seen, because of the business that I do, the tax and accounting work, Henry, there are some millionaires. There are some African millionaires in this place.
And they are quiet.
They are quiet.
Yeah.
From nursing pool, from employment agency, from insurance agency, there are people who have been doing it. They didn't fly by night, though. And these things, one advice is you have to be consistent. You can't give up. Because sometimes growing a business,
it's difficult to start a business.
Starting a business and growing it, sometimes it takes 3 years before you even know what you're doing.
I'm telling you.
Before you even realize what you're doing, it takes 3 years.
The world's population are employees and not employers.
Yes. And then you can also work to the extent that, okay, I'll be working, but I'll be doing my business. Eventually, after maybe 5 years, 6 years, or 10 years, I will make it.
Do it too. Yeah, very effective.
Yes. So you have to have a plan, and you have to talk to the right people. That's why people like us come when we say the business support services. That's what we provide. We provide the talk. We help with that, and we provide the accounting and tax services as well.
Yeah.
So, our number is what? 469-378-3955. You can pin it if you want to. You can call us if you want accounting services, tax services, business support services. You can call us 469-378-3955. So anything you're doing, you gotta make it official. You gotta be consistent.
True.
Because I have seen a lot of people who have become 1,000 years and million years very quietly just doing business. Some people, some Liberians work for themselves. They've been doing that for years. Some people have been doing it for 20 years.
They're very quiet.
Yes. I know some people who do cleaning business. They do cleaning carpet business. And for me, I hire my people, right? So, yeah, so you can call. And this is not a cell phone number. This is a desk phone. This is an office number, so you can text, call.
Is that a correct number?
Yeah. It's the correct number.
Yeah.
Let me make sure.
So
469-378-3955. Yes, that's the correct number.
So, folks, you can give them a call. Alan Bernard International. They provide a whole host of services: business support services, tax consultant, tax filing, all kinds of things. Give them a call. Next week, Tuesday, we'll have Mr. Coffee back here on the show. Our time is up this morning, and it has been interesting. Some useful tips there on, just a couple of things some of you may have learned here. I'm reading the comments. Certifications, don't overlook them. Some of these things take 2 or 3 weeks. but they add value to you and you command more money. Whether you've got a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, whether you ain't got no degree, everybody can get a certificate, right? That's the thing about it. It doesn't matter what your level of education is, you can still get a certificate in something.
Yeah, you can get a certificate, but the certification course they're going to call when they call you certified something.
Yeah, that
like,
means in a particular field. Yeah.
Yeah, certified like you get certified public accounting or certified those things. It's not easy to do, but you gotta be disciplined.
But they got various types of certificates.
Yeah.
Like the CNA program, they got certificate in this.
Yeah, CNA program, the medical assistant program.
Yeah.
Or even in the customer service, those things sometimes they can be 2 weeks.
They got certificates for all. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them can be good.
Now, when you got a big degrees, or you got 3 or 4 of those good relevant certificates in your field, you can pour all that on your CV, and they count.
Guess what? For example, I just made a decision between doing a PhD and doing a graduate certificate.
Mm-hmm.
So I choose to do a graduate certificate in business analytics and data science.
That's the future.
Because it adds to what I'm doing now. Now the question is, if I do a PhD now, what's the value?
No, I mean just a title. PhD.
Yeah, am I in academic? What do I do now to get more money in that? Because if I do that, if I finish that, probably I get a increment or something like that.
Yeah, but not the PhD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so we will be back here next week.
Next week we will be talking about protection. Next week we'll be talking about protection, insurance, and all that stuff. Yes.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye. Folks, there you have it. This brings us to a close of today's edition of the Costa Show. Our time is up. We'll be back here tomorrow. We had an interesting conversation today, boy. Ellen Johnson said she regrets for passing the baton to Joia. Joia, my man, it's disgraceful. For your predecessor, the person you took power from, to be saying that they regret that they pass it on to you. Do you think Joey are gonna be pissed when he hears that? Or he doesn't care?
We are care about that thing in our woman saying, brother. They play men in America and may enjoy it, may think about
And just so you know, update on the house, they stay painting. The Mexican men ain't finished painting the house in Florida like when they finish, and they put the furniture inside from Home Depot or from wherever, then we'll see the picture of the house. So that way, soon. Yeah, Carrasco just said it. All right, Baga, we'll compare those later on.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, bye-bye.
Okay.